A man has been arrested on suspicion of terror offenses after 3 people were injured when a car crashed into security barriers outside Parliament. The silver Ford Fiesta hit cyclists and pedestrians at 7:37 a.m. before crashing into the security barriers. Sky sources say the suspect, a man in his 20s, has been identified and is known to police in the Midlands, where he is from. 3 people were treated at the scene, 2 of whom were taken to the hospital. A woman has serious but not life-threatening injuries while a man has been discharged. The incident is being investigated by counter-terror officers. The driver, wearing a white shirt and a black hooded puffer jacket, was detained at the scene. The man was led backwards away from the car, which was registered in Nottingham, after police held him at the scene for a few moments. The Metropolitan Police said, there was nobody else in the vehicle, which remains at the scene and is being searched. No weapons have been recovered at this stage. In a statement, Assistant Commissioner Neil Bosu said, there is no intelligence at this time of further danger to Londoners or to the rest of the UK connected to this incident. Our priority is to formally establish the identity of the suspect and his motivation if we can. He is not currently cooperating. He said it appeared the suspect had not previously been known to MI5. A number of armed officers appear to have now been stood down at the scene, and forensics officers have begun investigations. A later update added, while we are keeping an open mind, the Met's Counter-Terrorism Command is leading the investigation into the #Westminster incident. The Met has appealed for information from anyone nearby at the time of the incident. Video shows the car driving next to Parliament Square, before turning toward Westminster Abbey. An ambulance passes the car on its right-hand side, and the car swerves left, crossing oncoming traffic and the pavement, before crashing into the barrier. A police officer jumps out of the way as the crash happens. British Transport Police said they would have more officers on patrol around the country after the incident. Superintendent Chris Horton said, we know incidents such as this are likely to cause concern, so our officers will be highly visible both on board trains and at stations. We are there to reassure the traveling public, so please don't be alarmed if you see our officers, including firearms officers, on your journey. One witness said he saw the car hit a cyclist, before accelerating toward the barriers and hitting them. Mark White, Sky's Home Affairs correspondent, said, eyewitnesses are telling us this vehicle was traveling at speed, headed onto the opposite side of the road where a number of cyclists were waiting at the traffic lights, heading into Parliament Square. The vehicle then collided with those cyclists before crashing into the security barrier. Reports suggest people are being held inside Westminster Station at police request. Witness Waylana O'Cab said, I think it looked intentional, the car drove at speed and towards the barriers. She added, I was walking on the other side of the road. I heard some noise and someone screamed. I turned around and I saw a silver car driving very fast close to the railings, maybe even on the pavement. The suspect did not get out of the car, she added. According to witnesses, cyclists were seen lying in the road after the crash. Westminster Station was closed for a period of time, while streets around Parliament Square, Millbank, and Victoria Tower Gardens were cordoned off but are now starting to reopen. A police vehicle removal truck was waved through at about 12:30 p.m. Parliament is in summer recess, and so there are fewer politicians working in London, but there are numerous other people working nearby. MI5's headquarters is also nearby. One man who witnessed the crash told Sky News it was very, very dramatic. He added, I seen smoke coming out of a vehicle. It's all been high speed, you've got the specialists coming in, it's been dramatic. Bus driver Victor told Sky News, I stopped the bus because of the crash, and police told us to move back. I think it's not a regular traffic accident, because there's a barrier there. So I don't know why someone would drive into the barrier. A Cobra meeting was scheduled to take place at 2 p.m., but no cabinet ministers were expected to attend. Prime Minister Theresa May said, my thoughts are with those injured in the incident in Westminster and my thanks to the emergency services for their immediate and courageous response. US President Donald Trump tweeted, another terrorist attack in London. These animals are crazy and must be dealt with through toughness and strength. Sky's policing analyst Graham Whettone said, the officers will be looking at the actual scene itself, the route the vehicle came in and trying to establish who is behind it and the reason why, and if there is any support network helping this individual, or if it's just literally someone who has had a road traffic collision. That vehicle is likely to remain in place, they want to make sure it's got nothing in it that's suspicious before they go in and examine it. In any incident like this, we've got so many other important venues and locations, they will be increasing visibility and security patrols just to make sure nothing else happens. Steel and concrete barriers were added outside Parliament after the 2017 Westminster Bridge terror attack.